Today, this is live and direct. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to this program today. This is live and direct.
One family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern.
On Enter Biafra Channel 1 to drag Biafrans. On Enter Biafra Channel 1, Channel 2, to drag Biafrans. Or to drag some, not Biafran, because Biafrans doesn't support him. We have come to, to expose the Pandora document or the Pandora papers of Peter Obi. I want to make it very clear. Peter Obi, as an Igbo man, I do not have anything against Peter Obi personally. But as a Biafra agitator, and Peter Obi being an Igbo man contesting an election in Nigeria, I have problem with Peter Obi. And for those who always try to write me to stop talking about Peter Obi, I will not stop talking about Peter Obi until Peter Obi stop dragging Igbo name to Nigeria presidential election. And let me tell you, for those of you who will be saying, Atiku, where is Atiku? Where is Tinubu? Those people are Nigerians. They can contest election in North and in Lagos, but they cannot contest election in Biafra land. So they are not my problem. Atiku know very well that when we say no in Biafra land, is no. So it's not a problem to me. He's a Fulani man. He is one of those who have destroyed Nigeria with his fraud and criminality. So Atiku is not my problem. Tinubu is not my problem. My problem is an Igbo man who have benefited from the Nigerian national cake. It does not matter whether Peter Obi was a businessman before becoming the governor of Anambra State. I want to expose something to you today. I want you to bring all the 0.001% of Biafrans that are supporting Peter Obi, because you are not up to 1%. So I want you to invite them. I want to expose something about Peter Obi today. Some of you, and any day Peter Obi begin to talk about the life of Biafrans, from the life of Ndi Igbo matters, I will begin to retract my step. But for now, I will continue to puncture him and puncture his tire every now and then. And today happens to be one of the days that I'm going to puncture the tire of Peter Obi. And I will try to make this broadcast as very short as possible, so that some of them will have the patience to watch and listening to how I will puncture his tire this evening. I want you to understand that Peter Obi, this evening, what you are going to know about Peter Obi this evening is one. Peter Obi is contesting to become the president of Nigeria because, according to him, he is not rich enough. Peter Obi is not rich enough. And that is the reason why he has come to contest for the president of Nigeria, so he can enrich himself the more. I am going to make you understand why. Peter Obi was asked, you have investment of $500 million in Pandora. Peter Obi responded that if he have that kind of money, he will not be here. So those of you shouting Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, I am just telling you that this night we will puncture his tire. So what Peter Obi tried to tell you is that if Peter Obi have money of up to $500 million, he will not waste his time to come and contest presidential election in Nigeria. We're going to refresh. You're welcome back. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I say? I want you to invite the P2B 0.001% of them and they come and listen to P2B, because I am not going to say it myself. So I want all of you to listen to the man you call P2B. We come with evidence. We don't make allegation against anybody. When we talk with evidence. So I have come to show you the evidence of P2B coming to become a president because he do not have enough money. So he wants his own share. So I want everybody to listen to him.
Of the leaked Pandora paper, former Governor Peter Obi has been hard-pressed. The revelations on his secret business dealings overseas. Similar document leaks before it, the Pandora, to expose the concealed fortunes in offshore tax havens, and in some cases, money laundering by some of the most powerful people in the world. But in a statement, Obi dismissed a report by Premium Times, which disclosed that the former governor had concealed a number of offshore businesses and investments when he was at the helm of affairs in Anambra State. According to Musikili Umajid, editor-in-chief of Premium Times, Obi may have violated the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act by not declaring his or that of his family's beneficial ownership in the said assets. Majid, who was on the show last week, added that the former governor flouted the Nigerian constitution by operating a foreign bank account while in office and may have concealed his offshore investments to avoid tax. Well, in our time-honored tradition of giving all sides a right of reply, we're now being joined by Peter Obi, former Anambra State Governor, to give us his side of the story on the allegations made against him by Premium Times. Good morning, Mr. Obi, and thank you for coming on the morning show.
Good morning for inviting me here. Good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question to ask is, are you guilty as charged? Because you were named in the latest scandal, Pandora papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company for the purpose of money laundering, illegal purchase of properties overseas, while you were in office as governor of Anambra State.
Now, I want to categorically say this evening that the question is, you were involved in illegal purchase of properties overseas while you were in the office. And I want you to listen, because you know, before we go into this, addressing this issue now, I want you to know why this case we're not taking serious. Let me show you. I'm going to tell you the reason the case we're not taking very seriously. You know, some of you don't understand what is going on. Okay? So I'm going to this evening. You know, what we do is that we come and you get brain. Your brain will be open. You'll be thinking like a human being. Now, before we go into analyzing this Obi, I want you all to understand that I can never leave Obi alone until Obi leave Biafra alone. I can never leave him alone. Now, why this particular Obi scandal and the Pandora died without investigation is because a lot of criminals like Obi were involved in this particular scandal. So if you look at this particular Guardian newspaper, this Guardian reported that Pandora papers throwing stone in a marketplace. So before the leaking of this Pandora, they have warned the whistleblower that if you leak this particular Pandora document, you do not know who the stone is going to hit in the market, because almost all of them in Nigeria committed a crime. Obi was one of them. So it is because of this particular headline you see here, throwing stone in the market. Now, let us even go and read what this particular report say. This report say the release of the much talked about controversial Pandora papers is akin to throwing stone in a marketplace, which could fall on an innocent person. I do not know how, somebody who do not have a document, or who do not have account, or who do not have property, offshore account and all that, will now become a victim. This is not about throwing stone. You must have the property. Your name must be in the document for your name to be mentioned. So Pandora document is not a marketplace where you throw stone and they land on anybody's head. So anybody that the stone land on his head means that the person have his name or her name in Pandora document. So Obi is one of those. Now, because Obi name was one of the big names that was mentioned, because he was a running mate to Atiku in 2019. So everybody became scared that if this document is released just because of Obi, a lot of people will land in trouble. And somebody say I should leave Obi and focus on the enemy. Obi is my enemy. As I'm talking to you, anybody that is talking about one Nigeria is my enemy. If Obi is not my enemy, who else is my enemy? In fact, let me tell you, Obi is bigger enemy than the Fulanis today. Because if Obi abandoned the presidential election as a result of the cleansing, ethnic cleansing, genocide happening in Igbo land today, we have won this war by 30%. So if somebody whose involvement validates the killings of our people in Imo State, which means he is very comfortable with Nigeria. If somebody whose involvement in election validates all the cries of Ohaneze Ndigbo, including this cry now, let me also show you. So I want you to understand that when I am talking about Obi, I am not just talking, sarcastic. I'm not just being stupid. You understand me?
It's a gathering of leaders from the southeast region led by the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, George Obiozor, who is making his first official public appearance since his country home was attacked by gunmen weeks ago.
So, if I do not talk about Obi,
for this
who
meeting
else
to
will I
chart a
talk
course
about?
for Ndigos here at the banquet hall of the Imo State Government House is the governor of the state, Hope Uzodimma, traditional
Everything
rulers,
concerned
politicians, and
here
others.
Is what Obi
top on the agenda is the 2023 presidency, the release of the proscribed IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, insecurity in the zone, and one after the other, the leaders express their views.
Everyone knows that if there is anything Ndigbo craves, it is for one of their own to become the president of Nigeria. We have both material and human resource to lead the country.
And they are begging that Ndigbo should become the president of Nigeria, while Ndigbo actually have a better chance to rule themselves. Ndigbo must not be president of Nigeria. Okay? Ndigbo must not be president of Nigeria. Ndigbo have a better chance to rule themselves, become the Japan of Africa, become the Japan of the entire Africa. Ndigbo can become even more than Dubai. So why would you have this opportunity to be one of the best and you choose to be a president of Obi? Obi that used the money he should have used to build Anambra and invest it in his bank. He didn't build road. He didn't build hospital. He invested the money in the bank where he was the director. It is not enough. Obi went and invest the money and used it to buy property in offshore. And the name is Pandora document. That is what I have come to do today. And let me tell Nigerians, the reason why Obi did not go down for it was because they say, do not throw stone in the market because of Obi. So if the stone had been thrown, everybody, some of them will go down. So they don't want to throw this stone because just Obi. So they bring Obi issue out. But there are so many of them who also have the Pandora document. Now, what Obi said will shock you. Obi admitted that he invested in Pandora because of advice given to him by banks. That is not excuse in criminal offense. That somebody advised you is not excuse in criminal offense. So if the action of Obi is a crime against the Nigeria state, the excuse is not that somebody advised you to do it and somebody told you it is not against the law. The person who told you, is he a Nigerian lawyer? Did he know Nigerian law? That is what I have come to do this evening. So I have just given you a background. Why this Pandora document on this Pandora case died a natural death is because Obi is not the only one involved. That is why they reported do not throw stone. Now, having listened to why you did not hear the Pandora again, let us go back to B's interview. Because when we come here, we give you sense, okay? Let us go back to Obi for you to understand what we are talking about, because some of you are ignorant. And when we are talking about when we are discussing issue that has to do with intellectual capacity, don't come and put your mouth if you are not sensible, okay? Now listen and listen very attentively. I want everyone to listen.
On the morning show.
Good morning for inviting me here.
Well,
good morning to the viewers.
Well, the obvious question to ask is, are you guilty as charged? Because you were named latest Scander, Pandora Papers, as one of those involved in setting up a secret company, the purpose of money laundering.
A secret company.
Overseas.
Purpose of money laundering.
As governor of Anambra.
And that is what it is.
Well, thank you. Number one is that I'm not guilty.
Number one is that he is not guilty as charged. And let me inform you that Obi not guilty was not actually real. The real say he is not guilty will shock you. Now listen to him.
Trust company is a legitimate vehicle used everywhere globally for investment, savings, and estate planning purposes.
Did you hear that? That the trust company is what is used globally. Who said that it is not being used globally? Who said that trust company is not being used globally? That is why everybody is there. It is being used globally. But the question is the legitimacy of you as a Nigerian serving governor investing in that your globally used company. That is the question here. Now let us listen to him.
It's allowed by law everywhere.
He said it is allowed by law everywhere. We are not talking about everywhere law. We are talking about the law of Nigeria, the Nigeria Constitution, and the Nigeria Criminal Code, and all laws in Nigeria. That is what we are talking about. We are not talking about the laws everywhere. What does the Nigerian law say?
In my particular case and that of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers.
Are you hearing that? Obi is telling you now that him investing in Pandora, it was as a result of advice he received from the then bankers. He received from the... So what Obi is telling you now is that, please, this crime, I didn't know I was committing crime. I received this particular advice from a banker whom I believe he was advising me right. But does that mean that the action of investing in Pandora document or Pandora property or this offshore property, does it violate Nigerian law? Does it violate Nigeria law? And does it violate the laws on money laundering? That is the question. The question is not whether somebody advised you. So I want you people to listen to the corny answer of Obi. Obi admitted. Obi admitted he invested as a result of advice he received from bankers. So the question now is, this advice that will be received from bankers, does it violate Nigerian law? And I want you to understand, the reason why nobody is talking about this thing is because Nigeria is a criminal country. Obi himself said it. Obi said Nigeria is criminalized, is a criminalized country. He said it himself. So the reason why nobody is talking about this particular Pandora document is because a lot of people are involved. So if you go for Obi, you are going to expose some many Fulanis like Atiku and Co. So they don't want it to, they don't want people to talk about it. Otherwise, ask yourself, is this a defense? Is what Obi said now a defense? Because he's not telling you that a banker advised him. So do you understand what I'm saying? Excuses is not acceptable in criminal offense. I don't know. It's an excuse. Somebody advised me. It's not an excuse. After all, the people who facilitate the offshore account and all that are bankers. So the question is, this particular investment of Obi, does it violate Nigerian law? That is the question. It does not matter who advised you and who did not advise you. So Obi admitted of offshore. Now, this is a man, even though he is importing this and importing that, he used the money he should have used to develop Anambra State to invest. A typical business Igbo man, as they call them. He used it to invest. When he was leaving, he said he left money. Money was in the bank account of Anambra State for the next governor, Obiano, to come to squander it. Because he is not a leader. He is a saver. A financial, I don't know whether I would call him economist. Even economist, what are you doing if you can save 75 billion for somebody to come and squander it? There is no electricity. There is no road network in Anambra. There is no equipped hospital. There is no school that is well equipped. Everything is complete rubbish. And then you use the money to run your banking business. Only for somebody the same will be to come today and tell you he is the economics. He wants to save Nigerian money. So if Obi become the president to the detriment of Ndigbo, and Obi become president for against your own freedom, Obi will go to Abuja and say, oh, immigration, you are losing a lot of money to print Nigeria passport. How much do you use to print Nigeria passport? They say they are using 1 billion to print Nigeria passport. Okay, let us minimize the pages so we can save 500,000 or 500 million. We will cut 500 million there. Obi will go to custom. How much do you generate in Nigeria Port Authority? We generate this amount. Okay, now can we increase it so that you will make more money from there? How much is so he will go there and start saving money. Because when they are talking about this thing, it baffles me. Look at him here admitting that he invested in the offshore company from the advice he got from his banker. Now listen to him again.
Thank you. Number one is that I'm not guilty. Trust company is a legitimate vehicle used everywhere globally for investment, savings, and estate planning purposes. It's allowed by law everywhere.
All right.
In my particular case and of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers.
Listen to that too. In the case of him and his families, which means I'm going to read the paper here. It means that his family also were involved because I have read the document where the daughter's name was mentioned. So it was because of valuable advice from bankers. So that valuable advice, does it break Nigeria law? Was it a breach of the Nigerian law for you as a sitting governor to invest in an offshore company?
In my particular case and that of my family, it was done on very valuable advice of our then bankers, Lloyd's TSB. This is what they did to all their international clients.
Are you hearing that? Obi is relying his defense on the advice he received from a company or from bankers that may not even be Nigerians. And he said, this is what they did to all their international clients. Who care? Who care what they do to international clients? Who care what they advise to other international clients? Who care how they handle the international client? Nobody care. The only thing we care is, what did you do with Anambra State money? That is all we care. Who care about this is how they do it? International client are not Nigerians. Some of them are Nigerians, of course. Some of them that you don't want their name to be mentioned. So I want to inform Biafrans today that Obi's name and Obi have admitted to have committed the crime of Pandora. And he is justifying this crime as a result of advice he received. And this is a man who everybody is shouting for now. I don't need to go to Tinubu. You people know how he carry a bullion van. I do not need to go to Atiku. You also know what Atiku is. But this is Nigeria for you. And they call them the three best. Three best. Their hands are not clean. Three best. They use Nigeria money, invest it in abroad. Atiku own was about $40 million the last time. But that is not what I'm here. Now, I want to now tell you that Obi actually haven't gotten rich enough. That is why he decided to go into presidential campaign, to possibly become the president, so he can now enrich himself to get $500 million. I want you to listen to this.
Who operated at the time I lived in the UK, they will help you to see that you formulate a trust company.
Are you hearing that? He said in the UK, let us go back again. The question now is that, how conversant is this company in the UK? How conversant are they with the Nigerian law?
All their international clients who operated at the time I lived in the UK, they will help you to see that you formulate a trust company.
Are you hearing that? Who, the time he lived in the UK, and he was the governor of Anambra State and owning company, offshore company, and investment against Nigeria law. Listen.
Offshore, and that is what we need. This company,
and that is what we did,
was never used to launder money.
This company was never used to launder money. It is not whether you launder the money or you don't launder money. Did you open an account and did you have investment in offshore? Whether you launder money or you don't launder money is secondary, because that is, part of the crime. The main crime is that, did you invest, did you create any offshore company? Did you invest in a trust account? Did you invest, did you make a Pandora? Do you have any asset in Pandora? That's all. Then we begin to talk about the money movement. The money movement is the secondary part of the crime.
Before, during, and after till date. So it wasn't used anytime I was in office for anything.
It wasn't used anytime you are in the office for anything. So what is the essence of the company? It wasn't used anytime. What is the essence of the company?
2, it was never used to buy property. Before I went into office, during the time I was in office, and after the time I was in office, it was strictly trust company, that savings and family planning that was strictly used to support our borrowings, which we even invested.
To support your borrowing. Are you hearing this man? This man said the account was never used to purchase anything. It was never used to launder money. It was never used for anything. And then he went further to say it was used for family saving and to support borrowing. My people, are you hearing that? What this man is telling you now is that, let me tell you how this crime works. Some of them don't know. Let me tell you how the crime works. So what this man did now is that he told you that the money was never used for anything, okay? Or the account was never used for anything. He said it's for family savings and family planning. So, and the account were only used to support borrowing. Whatever the hell that one means, I don't know. But let me tell you, from an experienced person in this kind of crime, because I have been involved, in investigating crime like this. But let me tell you how this thing works. So if he come now to, he opened this account, he call it his trust account and all that, and to him is for family planning and for savings and all that. So the account has never purchased anything. The account has never laundered money, but the account was used to support borrowing, which means the borrowing is happening somewhere else. Okay? The money will be moved to this particular trust account, and then, he called it savings. So the money will be borrowed by a different company, and that money from that trust account will be moved to support that borrowing. Do you see the circumvention of the law? Do you see how the money is laundered? So actually, the money that Obi is talking that he did not launder money through this account was a lie. He laundered money. And the way money was laundered was when he go using another company to borrow money and then use this particular trust account to support the borrowing. That is laundering. Do you understand me? Do you understand the way the money was laundered? Because the money, I do not understand what he's trying to say. Anyway, you have a company. The company borrow money. And then you have an account somewhere. The account now is what you use. So then basically, Obi is using the offshore account to service the borrowing from another company. And he said it is not money laundering. Do you understand? So Obi did, instead of Obi moving money directly to the account, to the company, he will be busted. So what did he do? He used the company to borrow money. I used the trust account to pay the borrowing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you understanding me? I have to explain it better. So that he said it himself, I didn't say it. Okay? Because the point is that all these sneak and poop professors and all, they will never understand this thing, So you need to be in an international level of how this thing is working for you to understand it. Ordinary person will never, even the way he explained it now, he did not know that he have actually exposed himself. Okay? So what did he say? He said that that company was never used to purchase anything, right? And he's correct. It was never used to launder money, but that is a lie. Because he actually admitted that the account was used to launder money. How did this happen? He borrowed money from another account through another, using a different company. Instead of, sending the money he's sending as a family planning or family saving, using it to fund the company, he didn't do that. So what he did is to borrow money using a company name. So when he borrowed that money, he uses this offshore company or account to service the borrowing. I want you to listen to it again.
Office for anything. This company was never used to launder money.
That is a lie.
Before,
that is a lie.
During and after till date.
Okay.
So it wasn't used anytime there was an office for anything.
Now listen.
2, it was never used to buy property.
Okay.
Before I went into office.
Okay.
During the time I was in office and after time I was in office.
All right. Now listen.
Trust company, that savings and family planning that was strictly used to support our borrowings, which we even invested in this country.
Are you hearing that? That account was used to support borrowing, which he further said was used or have been invested in Nigeria. It does not matter where you invested it. When you say you invested in Nigeria, everybody will say, "Oh, leave him." Yes, after all, he invested it in Nigeria. He didn't invest it in Nigeria. It's a lie. It's a lie. He didn't invest it in Nigeria. He has committed crime. The crime he committed is the crime of money laundering. He laundered the money. He will put the money in the saving of that account instead of because he know if he sent the money directly to the company to use it, he will be busted. So what did he do? He first of all he put the money in an offshore as family saving and he used it to service debt. So let us say he will borrow £1 million. He was boasting about borrowing, having overdraft of £1 million and all that. So he will now use the company to borrow, let's say, £1 million. And then he will use the offshore company to service the £1 million. Is that not money laundering? If that not what money laundering is, what else is money laundering? The money laundering is that you acquire wealth, you somehow you have money that is not genuine, because the offshore company is definitely not a clean and not a public saving. So it is also a secret saving. And that secret saving is called the offshore. Now, for the fact that you open an offshore company against the Nigeria financial law, or whatever they call it, you have committed a crime, because the money there is not accounted for in Nigeria. And he went in his defense. He said he has paid over $20 million or so, or 20 billion or whatever in tax. Nobody cares about how much you pay in tax. What has happened here is that you have laundered money. Money laundering, complete. That is the definition of money laundering. Is this? This is the definition of money laundering. The definition of money laundering is that Obi have a company and Obi have an offshore account, which he called a trust account. And Obi is using a company to borrow money. And Obi move Anambra money to the offshore account, and they call it family savings for family planning. And Obi move Anambra state money to that account, and Obi use that account to fund the borrowing and the debt that the company have collected. That is money laundering. If you have any other explanation to explain why this is not money laundering, tell me. But you know why this case is dying off? Because he is not the only one involved in it. So let us listen and hear as he killed and nailed himself.
So it wasn't used anytime there was enough for anything. 2, it was never used to buy property before I went into office, during the time I was in office, and after time I was in office. It was strictly trust company, that savings and family planning that was strictly used to support our borrowings, which we even invested in this country. And
I want you to underline that particular word, that this offshore company or offshore account or trust account was not used for anything other than to support their borrowing, which was invested in Nigeria. Do you understand? That is money laundering, my people.
they are facts, they're not things that you can.
You see, that was how Obi shaded away the Pandora document. This is crime. And he is going to do it again, again, and again. And if he becomes a president, he will never care for Ndigbo. This is a man that you are asking me to keep quiet and trust my freedom and the freedom of my people for the next 8 years. Never. It's not like we just have to expose him. So you want me to ask this man to go just to Aso Rock and forget Biafra struggle, forget Biafra freedom? Are you stupid?
According to confidential information, you have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
Well,
listen to that question. And this amount is legitimate earning. He says it's for family planning. Now listen.
I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
Did you hear that? Obi say he will not be here if he had that kind of money. So if Obi have like $500 million, Obi say he will not be here campaigning to become the president of Nigeria. So he is looking to make more. It is all about money. You hear him, he said, if I have such money, I will not be here. So tell me, he is not actually here to come and salvage Nigeria. He is not here to actually come to save Nigeria, because Nigeria cannot be saved. Nobody can. Even Okonjo Iweala's son have said it. If my own doesn't make sense to you, that his own and other erudite people will make sense. He said, if he has such money, he will not be here. Listen to it again. I didn't say it.
Well, according to confidential information, you have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
You hear that? According to a report, you have about $500 million in British Virgin Island and whatever, And then the question was, could you say that this is a legitimate money? Listen to what Obi have to say.
Well, I wish, I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
But you say, I wish I wouldn't even be here if I had that kind of money. So it's become an aspiration to become the Nigeria president. It's not because Nigeria is going to work. No. And if he had money like Trump, for example, he will not be here looking for Nigeria president. But Trump of America, with all his money, he wanted to become a president, to do something. So if Peter Obi is rich like Trump, he would not be wasting his time. That is what he's telling you. He said, if I have such money, I will not be here. And I agree with him, because nobody can actually, salvage Nigeria. Nobody. So we are going to listen to it again.
Information. You have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
Well, I wish, I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
Okay.
But let me tell you, when people banding money, we talk about money and size of money here.
Okay.
It's because we're not a productive country.
Uh-huh.
People don't work for their money. So we find it difficult to understand value of money. And I'll take time to explain.
I don't understand. What has this particular question has to do with being a productive country? you know, that Obi knows nothing about Nigeria. Everything you ask him, even when you think this man is sensible, he will make the biggest blunder. On a simple question, is this money a legitimate money? No, I don't have that kind of money. If I have it, I will not be here. And then he turn around and begin to talk about Nigeria being a productive country and not being a productive country. Hi, Chineke God. Now let us listen to him. I want to repeat and repeat and repeat so that it will sink into the head of many of you.
To support our borrowings, which we even invested in this country. And they are facts. They're not in the can. That's it.
Right.
So,
well, according to confidential information, you have about $500 million squirreled away in the British Virgin Islands and in Switzerland. Can this amount be described as legitimate earning?
Well, I wish, I don't think I would even be here if I had that type of money.
Okay.
But let me tell you, when people banding money, we talk about money and size of money here, it's because we're not a productive country.
All right. Now tell me, what is this thing has to do with the question?
To understand value of money. And I'll take time to explain this to you. Globally today, the world population is 7,750,000,000.
Jesus Christ.
Out of which,
you want to confuse them?
Only 37.5 million is worth $1 million. That is 0.05%. Only 3 million, which is 0.04%, is worth 10 million. Only 300,000 is worth $25 million, which is 0.004%. So when people call these figures, it's alarming.
Okay.
Because of the fact that we live in a country where people make money they don't need and everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you go anywhere near this company being mentioned, is accounts, everything globally, and find more than about 3%, 3% of the value you mentioned now.
He said that 3%. He said if you found more than 3% of $500 million, $500 million. so Obi is saying that anyway, you can find 3% of the $1 billion. So you can use your calculator and check the 3% of $500 million and know how much it give you. Let us continue.
3%, I'm talking about $15 million, out of which 70% is supporting a loan of investment in this country.
Are you hearing that? So Obi is telling you that in that particular offshore account, which is the family saving, which is a family saving, which is a family saving, Obi is telling you that they have about $15 million for for the family saving in that trust account. And that $15 million is what he is using to service the loan that he has borrowed to invest in Nigeria. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Now, ask Obi, where did that $15 million come from? No, that is the question. Is saving, right? As a governor in Anambra State, is your earning as a governor, can you have 15 million after 8 years, $15 million as a governor? Can you have $15 million as a governor after serving as a governor? When you collect your whatever that is entitlement and all that, can you get up to $15 million in the 8 years? And this is the one he said, though. We don't know the one he did not say. We don't know other property that nobody knows about. But can Obi tell you how did he manage to save $15 million as a governor of Anambra State? Because he's telling you now, and that is after He has used the money to service debt too, because he said the account is used to support debt, to support borrowing. So which means since the time he was the governor up to that point, when up to today, he's talking about $15 million there, he has been using that account to support the borrowing. And you know what you know how this money laundering works. So when he borrowed that money, he used this account to fund it. He will never repay back to the savings account from that money. That is you don't understand. So he will borrow the money. He will use the money in the trust account to furnish the borrowing. He will never repay back from that particular company. No. If money is coming to that account, it's coming as a savings account, as a savings from a different money. So it's not like he used that savings account to borrow the company so that company will pay back. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why am I doing this? I am doing this for you to understand that everybody that is interested in Nigeria politics are all criminals. All of them. From Obi to the lowest person, they are only targeting one thing. The reason for this exposition today is to tell you that anybody who comes to deceive you that Obi will get you Biafra, the person is a lunatic. And for you to understand that anybody who is talking about the Nigeria election, the person have one target. Only one target. Only one reason. Not to build electricity, not to build road, only one target. The target is more wealth, to enrich himself or herself. That's all. That is the reason why Obi is telling you that if he had such money, he will not be here. But it's a lie. Even if he have it, he will still come because he wants to be the richest man in Africa. Obi will want to be the richest. Obi want to be richer than Dangote. So why will he not come, even if he has such money? It can never be enough for them. No matter how rich these people, they want to loot Nigeria. They want to be in command and control of the Nigeria wealth. So Obi saying that if he has such money, he will not be here, is to show you that every of this person, every one of them have one thing in mind, which is to go into Nigeria politics to enrich themselves. Because that is the only thing that the Nigeria have to offer. Corruption, bribery, looting, what have you. Nobody is holding you accountable for anything. You can imagine where a man like this is denying having involved in money laundering, and at the same time admitting that he has been, his company is also, he didn't even know that he has actually exposed himself, because the explanation he gave here is exactly a definition of money laundering. When you save, you use the one to service the debt, it's money laundering, because you don't want the money to go directly to the company while you were the governor of Anambra State. Because if you do it, you have, it is a direct red-handed. So he first of all saved the money in family savings and then transferred the money from the savings account, from the trust account to service the debt. That is money laundering. And he's admitting it here without even knowing. That is how bad things are. And the point is that even the journalists, everybody in Nigeria know that this was actually a crime. And it made headline in the news everywhere. It was a crime. Well, nobody have tried Obi. Do you know the reason why Obi have not been tried is because Fulanis are involved. Atiku and Co, all of them have this Pandora document. So if Obi is busted, the secret of everybody will come out. So you see him now shedding away from the question, just talking anyhow. Just talk anyhow and live there. Nobody can do you anything. They are all Yahoo. Original Yahoo people.
Yeah, confiscate everything. Even confiscate everything I have in my life. This, you know what? Have $1 billion today in Nigeria is almost 300 billion naira.
Okay.
And governor received was under 5 billion, out of which I say 15%, 75 billion. That is what talking about.
Are you hearing that?
Why people call figures here, and that's why people try to make they don't need. What do you need that type of money for? Why do you have to do that? The money, the trust company is there. And one of the challenges I'm going to throw today is to ask you and some other people to select 1, 2, 3, 4 persons that have foot their bill to follow the trail of this company to where it is today. And see who gave the advice, how we came, please, even 5% of that.
You see, he is still talking about who give the advice. In this kind of thing, it is very, very important. Obi is still telling you who gave the advice, because that is the only defense. That is, I think is making sense. Who gave the advice? He is much interested in telling you who gave this advice. Now, I do not need to go. I did not need to go further. Let me refresh. All right. Now, Pandora Papers. P2B implicated in global tax evasion. In global tax evasion. And of course, you can see his head here. Okay. The former governor of Anambra State, P2B, has been named in a global tax evasion scandal and investigative reporting carried out by more than 600 journalists in 117 countries. I want you to understand, 600 journalists. All the 600 journalists, P2B name was there. And the 600 journalists are all liars. You see, you see, do you understand? All these 600 journalists from 117 countries, they all lied. Only P2B, according to him, did not break the law because he believed somebody advised him that this particular investment is not against the law. Okay? Do you understand? He said, I received advice to open this offshore company, open this offshore account. It's a trust account. The person who gave the advice is very good and all that. 600 journalists investigated it. Now, the BBC writes that the Pandora Papers is a leak of almost 12 million documents that revealed hidden wealth, tax avoidance, and in some cases, money laundering by some of the world rich and powerful. The Pandora Papers details how rich and powerful individuals from across the world, including more than 330 politicians from 90 countries, launder money by setting up business in tax haven like Cayman Island, the British Virgin Islands, as well as in countries like Switzerland and Singapore. I have just told you now from the word of P2B how he laundered his own money. He confessed himself. He confessed by himself. Now, these places are called tax haven because it is easy to set up companies. They have laws that make it difficult to find owners of companies or no corporation tax with their jurisdiction. Are you listening to that? According to Premium Times, a Nigerian publication that was part of the global investigation by the International Consortium of Investigative Umbrella in Washington, D.C., Obi discreetly set up a company called Gabriela Investment Limited in the British Virgin Islands. Are you all listening? He never limited after his daughter, Gabriela Nwamaka. Obi, the online newspaper, first approached Access International, a secrecy enabler in Monaco, France, to help him incorporate an offshore entity. 107. This is the man is coming to telling you this one, this one. Do you understand? And that is exactly how this thing is happening. All of them today are shouting, Obi this, Obi that. I want you to read. Access International then contracted a local registered agent, Aleman Caro Galindo, and the Lee Trust BVI Limited, Alcogal, to set up Gabriela Investment Limited for Peter Obi. Gabriela Investment Limited was born on November 17, 2010. 2010. On the same day the company was incorporated, the nominee director met and issued 50,000 shares of Gabriela Investment in favor of Hill International Holding Corporation, a shell international business company operating under the laws of Belize, another tax haven. Are you people hearing it? Obi cannot say that all these things are lies. The only thing he said in his defense is that somebody advised him to do this. Is that a reason why he is not commit crime? How can he say that somebody advised him to do this? That was the defense of Obi. Obi said somebody, a banker, a renowned banker, advised him to do this. This is a man, and some of them are shouting today and come to distract us in Biafra movement, so that they will be, after going to British, and as dubious as Obi is, as dubious as he have demonstrated here, you can now begin to ask yourself, what did Obi discuss with the British government? What did he discuss with the British people when he went there and came back and dumped PDP and begin to go to Labour Party? Have he come to tell you people what he discussed? What did they advise him? Why did they advise him? What advised him? What is the reason why he came back, dumped PDP, and jumped into Labour Party? Have all of you that were shouting or have been shouting Obi, Obi, have you ever conducted or asked him to have what we call town hall meeting? Let him explain in detail what did he discuss with the British? Because he have demonstrated to be a very cunning and very dubious man, to have involved himself in a offshore companies like this means that he's not a genuine human being. So if he can do this, he must have gone into business with the United Kingdom to come and distract Biafra restoration. They only want to be an Igbo man. Only want to be an Igbo man they say, okay, Igbo, Yoruba, and because now it's, they want it to be like a competition between the three major ethnic groups. They say Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. They have contested for 2023 election. It will not happen. And then one of them won it. So after they winning it, even when us, we will know that Peter B is not contesting for president, for any presidency. He's not. A political party that have no single office in the northern Nigeria. And then they come back and he come back and dump PDP. Immediately, he began to jump into another political party, and people started talking, oh, be this, oh, be that, If he can be this dubious, I want you to begin to think about his discussion with the British government, because they know that Biafra is gathering momentum. Not even 1,000 of Obi cannot conduct election in Biafra land next year. It will not happen. 1,000 people like Obi from Igbo land will not make election to happen in Biafra land next year. I am telling you, go and mark my word. Now, when our people are being killed, do you know what is happening in Anambra? None of these people are talking. The director of the company, Van Vuren, who also one of the directors of Gabriela Investment. Gabriela Investment is now known as PMGG Investment Limited, in what is a combination of the first letter of the first name of Obi's nuclear family, P for Peter, S governor, M for Margaret, the ex-governor's wife, G for Gabriela, the ex-governor's daughter, and the G for Grigory, the ex-governor's son. Are you hearing it? Obi think that when he use PMGG, that these people will not bust him, and Obi use his nuclear family, to set up this company. They busted him again. He used all the family name to set up this investment company, PMGG. P for Peter, M for Margaret, which is the wife, G for Gabriela, which is the daughter, and then Grigory, G for the governor's son, which is Grigory. If this not another dubious character of Peter Obi, what else is? That is why he say is family planning. Okay? That because he knows what he did. That is why he say it's a family saving business, is a family investment, because all the names of his family was there. Then Obi continue. Obi has also created a trust known as the Gabriela Settlement, an entity also registered in the BVI. I want you to understand that everything registered here is all correct. No one is fake. Ask yourself, is Obi the only one who knows what is investment? He said, oh, I did not know. Somebody advised me. A banker advised me. Does that violate Nigeria law? The answer is yes. The Gabriela Settlement is the sole shareholder PMGG Investment. Obi have committed crime against Nigeria state. The same Obi today is bragging, telling you that Nigeria is a criminalized country. Oh, when Nigeria is a criminalized country, he said that he should be given an award for saving money in Anambra State. That if it is in the same country, if it is in England, he would even be awarded a Queen Award. He will be given the highest award. But in Nigeria, it is not possible because Nigeria is a criminalized country. Who made Nigeria a criminalized country? Obi is one of them. Obi is one of those who made Nigeria a criminalized country. Because when they are doing all this tumbum, they think they are smart. He's creating offshore company, leaving Nigeria to die, and the people are dying in Anambra State. He creating an offshore company. He's investing in another company in another country, and he tells you, as I'm talking to you now, he said that $15 million is now in that account. He said it. He said, if you go to that account, you will see $15 million. So do you know what $50 million will do in Anambra State? The investment you do in Anambra State, $50 million will employ people more in Anambra State. Obi cannot do it. Obi saved the money somewhere. Let us even say $50 million as Obi claimed to love Nigeria. Let us even say, why not Obi inject $15 million into Nigeria economy? Obi cannot do it, but he loves Nigeria. He wants to become president. while his investment is somewhere boosting the economy of those countries. But Nigeria is not a good place to invest. He wants to be the president. I want you people to understand that this scam cannot continue any further. We can't allow these people to use our future to enrich themselves. He wants to be president of Nigeria. He is one Nigeria. One Nigeria is good. He went to the United Kingdom, but his investment, apart from what he is doing, importing containers, 200 containers of condensed milk, this one and this one, he is ripping off. He is not helping anybody. He's not helping anybody. He is making money from it. So $15 million is somewhere in offshore company. He need to invest it in Nigeria. And let me tell you, importing something is not an investment in Nigeria. You are importing to rip Nigerians off. Do you know what is investment? I want you to show me Obi's investment in Nigeria. Show me the investment of Obi. And let me tell you, importation of 500 or 1 million container is not an investment. It's not an investment. No. You know what is investment now? If you import 1 million container into Nigeria, did you invest in Nigeria? The answer is no. It's not an investment. You are only doing what we call turn up. You bring goods, you rip Nigeria off, you turn up, you go again, you bring goods, perishable goods or consumable goods or whatever, all these canned juice and all, you bring it to Nigeria, you rip Nigeria off, you make money from them, you go back. It is not an investment. Investment is, example of investment is, if you come to Nigeria, you build a manufacturing company. You build energy company. You build a company that manufacture, just like Dangote. This is investment. Just like Ibeto, cement. This is investment. Build a company. Tell me the company of Peter Obi in Nigeria. Tell me the company. Tell me the company of the manufacturing company of Peter Obi. I do not know. He may have, but we don't know it, at least. But tell me, Inoson is an investment. Dude, this is you see, he said he's an economics. He said this is that. That is investment. Inoson Motor is investment. Because he is investing in Nigeria. His money is in Nigeria. He is not bringing to sell and do turn up. And this is contributing to the Nigeria economy. Because people will come to Nigeria to buy. The thing will be shipped to abroad and sell, and you buy. Dangote is supplying cement to almost all West African states. It's an investment. Ibeto cement is also in West Africa, is an investment. People come from other African countries to buy and invest and buy the investment in Nigeria. So you are now contributing to the Nigeria economy. This is investment. Not buying, come, you do all this while you pay tax and then you do turn up, you go back. It's not an investment. So why I'm saying this is that all these people you say, you know, somebody say he is creative, that's what I do. So they will always come to tell you, the one Nigeria is good and that, and he is only looking for more money to himself. He said it here. I don't know what this program to go, to be more than this, because I want people to watch it. And let us read. Obi also incorporated another company called Next International UK Limited on May 16, 1996 in London. Investigation shows that Obi continued to act as director of Next International UK Limited for 14 months after becoming governor of Anambra State, thereby breaking Nigeria laws. Are you hearing it? And then he said, I don't know. I don't know is not an excuse in criminal offense. He said he don't know. So as somebody who live in UK and a governor, the people who advise you to set up offshore business did not advise you that if you are a governor, you don't need to be a director in any company. Of course, he wanted to look for somebody to trust. In Nigeria, a person is statutorily obligated to withdraw from engaging in or directing a private business upon becoming a public officer, as stipulated in Section 6 of the Code of the Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act. Obi resigned from Next International on May 16, 2008, 14 months after he assumed duties as governor of Anambra State. Are you hearing it? Obi also contravened Section 11 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which stipulates that public officers are required to declare immediately after taking office, and therefore all their properties, assets, and liabilities as those of his or her unmarried children under the age of 18 years. Investigation have revealed that Obi did not declare the companies he tucked away in offshore secrecy haven to the Code of Conduct Bureau. So the question is, did Obi disclose this company? The answer is no. The answer is no. Today, he is telling you that Nigeria is a criminalized country, while he is one of the criminals. And ask Obi about his offshore asset and shell company. Obi told Premium Times that, I am sure you too will not like to pay inheritance tax if you can avoid it. Now ask Obi, did you make this comment? He can't deny it. This is a criminal who turn around and call other people criminals, who turn around and say Nigeria is a criminal country because Nigeria breed criminals, and Obi is one of them. This is a man now that have come out today to be campaigning to truncate our future freedom, the freedom of Biafra people. And some of you will be ignorantly telling us, oh, can you leave Obi? I am not a tribalist. I am not a tribalist. I am here to fight for the freedom of Biafra. And if Obi become the obstacle, we'll give him media war. We will attack him until he will talk no longer on social media. And until all the people following him will desert him. Biafra and the freedom of Biafra is all we talked about. So you will not distract this freedom that will come in 2023. And Biafra people are strongly believing that they will not be part of this election come 2023. And we are hereby calling all Biafrans to be at alert and inform us on time any day you hear there is mega rally in Biafra land, because we are going to ask our people to sit at home and they are going to obey us. On this note, I am going to end this broadcast here. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. Our next fundraising for the Eastern Security Network is on the 16th of this month of July, 2022, starting from 7 p.m. The flyer will be out if it is not already out. And we want everybody, those who were part of the last fundraising, you inform other people to come and join this fundraising. Very, very important. The 50 men that will fund this movement for the next 5 months is also, I know that people are already showing interest, and we want 50 men and women. If you know that you are one of them that God have touched your heart, you make contact to any of the Umada, Anamazoka, myself, Ifi, or to any media team. And your information or your details will be confidential. If you do not want anybody to know about you, we promise you that your information will be completely confidential. Also, those of you who are making donations to the website of the ipobinusa.org/donate. When you receive a receipt, you will understand that in the receipt, at the end of this receipt, you have of the email confirmation you receive, you are going to see a link, that will take you to the 1,000 men and women support for the Eastern Security Network. So you go, if you want to join, you click that link. It is Telegram. It's going to take you directly to that particular platform, so you can continue to join these 1,000 men and women to donate $100 every month for the Eastern Security Network. I want you to understand that the protection and the defense of our land comes with price. The price is money. Our men need to eat food. They need to have what it will take to face the enemy, and we are going to provide that for them. So when you see us mapping out this strategy, we are not here to beg our people to carry arms. No, we have people that carry arms for you. We don't need to tell all Christians to carry arms like all this GEO they are doing that defend yourself. We are not here to do like Autumn. Autumn is telling people carry arms and defend yourself. No, we are 1,000 steps ahead of them. We are not going to fold our hand and see the Nigerian government and state-sponsored terrorism to come and kill our people and cleanse them and go away. Those people that are committing these atrocities in Ogbaro, they will hear from us very soon. That is what we have to promise them. We are not going to run away from our land. You can kill as you want, but one day you are going to pay the price of killing innocent people. Those of you in Ogbaro, those people in Ogbaro that are killing our youth in Ogbaro, you will regret it. You are going to regret killing our people in Anambra, in Ogbaro. And let me tell you, you are going to live with shame very soon. We are not going to fold our hand and watch this particular invasion and aggression against our people. It is going to end very soon. So the announcement has been made, and we want to also thank you all for your support so far, your prayers and support as we are approaching our march. Our march is fast coming. You need to be part of this. When we are talking about Biafra, you see that a lot of people, those criminals are no longer part of what we are doing. The time to march has come. So every day you say, we are talking. We are going to talk less now. So it is you that we are waiting for. If you know that you are part of them, you come up and sponsor and fund this particular movement and let us get to our destination. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu conditional release is what we continue to demand. And let me tell you, in matter of days, things will begin to happen. In matter of days. You people, we're going to see things will begin to happen. And I want to tell you all, those who want to be part of because we want this message to go to the entire Biafra state. And we need to have the voice of Biafra in all those states. For those who want to sponsor the voice of Biafra in Delta, in Rivers State, in Akwa Ibom State, in Cross River State, if you know you want to sponsor the voice of Biafra, you get to us and we're going to tell you, contact any of the media team and they're going to put you through. Contact me or any of Umada or any of the media team and they will put you through on what to do. It doesn't cost much, but we need this message to go to everybody because the time has come. We don't want our people not to listen to messages, especially instructions, and this radio must be provided to them so they will listen to instruction every day. Thank you very much. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless Eastern Security Network. May God bless Sunday Igboho. May God bless all the armed group for Biafra. May God bless those who are protecting our land and our borders. May God bless Umuada and all of you that are supporting this movement one way or the other. May God bless those who will join today. May God bless all of you. From here, from me, is good evening.
Nnamdi Kanu amụma ga-emezu odo anyị. Chukwu okike chekwa gị gị na ezinụlọ gị ya. Ndị nwe obodo abatago, everybody give way. We don't want election before you say we jump in. We want referendum. Na Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, nothing more, nothing less. Anyị na-anọ Nkanye bụ Nkanye, abi they want to cage us. After kidnapping, still they want to come they rape us. Onye ka anyị ga-akọsa no because we want a savior. Maazị Simon Ibalo, Chai Nene since 1967, they are killing us. Maazị Simon Ibalo, I be on the autopilot. Comedy, they are acting. Suddenly we are dying. Anye kanonora, kanye kunyanonora. They don't let my people go. They are called by my name, said the Lord. We are your friends. That is who we are. We don't want election in your land. Chukwe, Chukubia, no, no, Chime, Chimike, Piene, Mano, Chukwaka, Chukwani, Jabamba, Chukubia, Chimazina, the Kano. You're not a man that will lie, you're not a man, no. You're not a God that was made by the hands of man. I am the company. Guess it gonna I am talking for people, man. It is time. No more time making. It is time. On the it is time for that kind of freedom. It's time for the redemption. Apachiana churu yichita Watane wegine Apachiana nyemi Chuku abema Nokenwo Hallelujah I'm an inoya See them as in the garden Chuku demo Arise and scatter Sapakaru is when You go down to Anya Anya Biakotana Kesi bona mona, anya taga fefo biko fera nyebere. It is time, no more time again. It is now, on the it is time for nothing kind of freedom. As it's time for the impact, it's time for new dimension. Only you that we have to do. If it not be you, they find out take over our land. She's it to the onion do. As in the cano, she's it to the home brother. They can know how many tenders. Mega Biafra, the truck on walk on my side. I be the one right we are saying. You're not a man that could lie, you're a man, no. You're not a God that was made. Akpọkọ m Chukwuka abịa ma akpọkọ m ihe na-emere Igbo ihe mmọnwụ a na-abịa the spirit of the rising sun anyị na-akpọkọ Chukwuka ka ị gwa anyị ihe bụ eziokwu n'isi Simon akpa ka anyị na-ajụ Simon ịkpa ọ na-agwa anyị ụmụ bụ Biafra eziokwu ọ na-agwa anyị eziokwu afọ a emepe aka ọ bụ na ọ da-agwara anyị eziokwu gụba afọ a mechie ka nọdụ ka isi wee nọdụ eziokwu ka m chọrọ ya bụ na ọ na-agwa anyị eziokwu ngwa mechie n'aka ka anyị jụọ nke ọzọ ka anyị jụọ ọzọ akpọkwa m Chukwu nwa ala Igbo niile akpọkwa m ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo niile ife akpọ m anyanwụ na agbara akpọ m ndị mmiri akpọ m ndị agwa akpọ m ndị ichie akpọ m mmọnwụ a na Biafra akpọ m aja ala Igbo alụsị nọ n'ala Igbo arọbụ na-agụnụ n'ala Igbo eziokwu ka anyị chọrọ ndị DOS ka anyị na-ajụ ese n'isi fa anyị ga-esobe fa ọ bụrụ na anyị sobe fa na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu maka nweta Biafra na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu n'isi Nnamdi Kanu anyị sị ka afọ a mepe anyị sị ka afọ a mepe akwụkwọ m ụlọ ọzọ aja na Enugu aja na Anambra aja na Imo aja na Abia aja na Abia mmọnwụ ala Igbo niile anyị sị ndị DOS a na-agwa anyị eziokwu a na-agwa anyị eziokwu maka nweta Biafra afọ a mepee anyị eziokwu ka afọ a nọdụ gosi n'ọdụ akpụkpọ m ọzọ eju elu jụọ osimiri niile jụọ akwụkwọ niile jụọ ndị nna 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 anyị gboo ndị gbara afa gboo wee jụọ ndị Biafra gboo ndị na-afụ ihe afụ na nzuzo ndị eziokwu dị n'ọnụ asị m ọ bụrụ na DOS adaghị okwu afọ a mepe mana ọ bụrụ na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu ka afọ a nọdụ ka o si wee nọdụ eziokwu akpọkọ m Chukwuka abịa ma akpọkọ m ihe na-emere Igbo ihe nwa na Biafra the spirit of the rising sun anyị kwụ Chukwuka ka ị gwa anyị ihe bụ eziokwu n'isi Simon akpa ka anyị na-ajụ Simon ịkpa ọ na-agwa anyị ụmụ Biafra eziokwu ọ na-agwa anyị eziokwu afọ a emepe aka ọ bụ na ọ da-agwara anyị eziokwu gụba afọ a mechie oke isi wee nọdụ eziokwu ka m chọrọ ya bụ na ọ na-agwa anyị eziokwu ngwa mechie n'aka ka anyị jụọ nke ọzọ ka anyị jụọ ọzọ akpọkọ m Chukwu nwa ala Igbo niile akpọkọ m ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo niile ife akpọ m anyanwụ na agbara akpọ m ndị mmiri akpọ m ndị agwa akpọ m ndị ichie akpọ m mmọnwụ a na Biafra akpọ m aja ala Igbo alụsị nọ n'ala Igbo arọbụ na-agụnụ n'ala Igbo eziokwu ka anyị chọrọ ndị DOS ka anyị na-ajụ ese n'isi fa anyị ga-esobe fa ọ bụrụ na anyị sobe fa na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu maka nweta Biafra na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu n'isi Nnamdi Kanu anyị sị ka afọ a mepe anyị sị ka afọ a mepe akwụkwọ m ụlọ ọzọ aja na Enugu aja na Anambra aja na Imo aja na Abia aja na Abia mmọnwụ ala Igbo niile ndị DOS a na-agwa anyị eziokwu a na-agwa anyị eziokwu maka nweta Biafra afọ a mepee ọ bụ na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu ka afọ a nọdụ osi nọdụ akpụkpọ m na ọzọ wee jụọ elu jụọ ana jụọ osimiri niile jụọ akwụkwọ na ọgwụ niile
jụọ ndị nna 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 anyị gboo, ndị dibịa gboo, ndị gbara afa gboo, wee jụọ ndị nọ ọgụ Biafra gboo, ndị na-afụ dị afụ na nzuzo, ndị eziokwu dị n'ọnụ. Asị m, ọ bụrụ na DOS a ga-agwa anyị eziokwu, afọ a mepe, mana ọ bụrụ na ha na-agwa anyị eziokwu ka afọ a nọdụ ka o si wee nọdụ, eziokwu ka anyị chọrọ. Gwanụ m nke bụ eziokwu ọrụ a. Anyị anụghị ihe unu kwuru. Anyị wee jụkwu na ọzọ sị, ọ bụrụ na emechi ije a na Nnamdi Kanu ya apụta, na ndị ji ya atọrapụ ya n'agbụ, na Chukwuka dị ama ga-aza anyị bụ ụmụ Biafra ekpere, afọ anyị mechie. Ọ bụrụ na ọ ya na-aza anyị ekpere, gụba afa ịnọdụ ka isi wee nọdụ. Eziokwu anyị ama, eziokwu bụ ya bụ ndụ. Anyị ekwego, anyị akpọ unu bụ ọra nwoke ọra nwaanyị mmụọ na-akpara. Ya bụ, anyị ga-ebe Simon Ekpa ntị, n'udo ya adị, udo ya adị. Ya gazie, ya gazie, onye mara eziokwu ya kwuo.
You must listen to her. Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making. And you